Some great news on the $1,073 SSI monthly benefit. We have some new information, so let's get into it right away. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm here for you every single day, bringing all the latest updates and maintaining my commitment to you and this community as a whole, which is to be here every single day to help out in any way that I possibly can, making sure that you're getting all of the money and benefits that you're possibly eligible to receive during this time. So again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe down below, and let's get into the new information that we have on the $1,073 per month SSI benefit. This is looking kind of good here. All right, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is actually in reference to the SSI Restoration Act. Now, this is something that Congress has been working on for many, many months, literally like 6 or 7, maybe even longer months from now. They've been working on this, but it is an incredibly slow process. Now, there's a group of 18 senators who's currently working on the SSI Restoration Act. So basically what they want to do is they want to reform the SSI program to actually make it more up to date, because this program has not undergone a major reform since the inception of the program that was way back in the early 70s. So we're looking at like 50 years ago, right? So a very, very long time ago that this program was actually incepted by President Nixon back in the day. So they actually want to make some changes to this program and actually bring it up to date, because realistically, as all of us know, the benefits that are currently being paid out to millions of beneficiaries right now are really behind the times. I mean, let's be real right now. Who can really live on the small benefits that they continue to send out on a monthly basis? The $794 in 2021 and the $841 in 2022. Regardless of how you cut it, that's not much money to live on as an individual, and it even gets worse for people who are couples simply because they get penalized for being married. It's a bad situation. Either way, the SSI Restoration Act could be coming to the rescue, and based on some information that I'm finding now, it looks like this could be a very promising thing based on what people are saying. All right, let's get into this a little bit further here. So, as a result of the SSI Restoration Act, they want to raise benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line. Well, I'm actually recording this video in late 2021, so if you happen to be watching this in 2022, of course the federal poverty line will probably adjust accordingly each and every year. So it usually bumps up a little bit each and every year. It's probably not going to be much, but it will bump up a few dollars. Either way, as of right now, it's $12,880. Well, as we calculate that out on a monthly basis, it comes out to $1,073 each and every month. Again, that's the federal poverty line. Well, with everything going on right now, and as people are predicting inflation to continue running hot for at least the first half of 2022, is that really going to be enough to live on? Well, it's certainly going to be better than the $841 in 2022 as a result of SSI. Either way, it would still be a very necessary raise to beneficiaries, right? So it would be a good thing. They also want to remove the marriage penalty in the SSI Restoration Act. Again, I've seen this down in the comments section numerous times from many of you reaching out saying, hey, if they could do anything to SSI, I want them to, number 1, raise benefits, and number 2, remove the the marriage penalty. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. The marriage penalty is a little bit messed up, right? I mean, seriously, who should be penalized for being married? I mean, there's something about that that just seems really wrong, right? But anyway, for those of you who are married and receiving SSI, you know what it's like. Your benefit is dramatically reduced as a result of the income from your spouse, whether that's from Social Security, maybe it's from SSI, maybe it's from SSDI or something else. Either way, it's there's a penalty there, right? It's not a good thing. However, one of the major provisions in the SSI Restoration Act is to remove the marriage penalty, which would be absolutely amazing, right? So therefore, there wouldn't be a penalty for being married, for getting married, things like that, if you're receiving SSI. So therefore, both individuals would be getting the same benefit, right? Or thereabouts anyway. So in some instances, a married couple could be getting double the actual individual SSI benefit, right? So let's just give you a quick example. In 2022, with the rate or with the maximum benefit being $841, if a married couple was getting that and there was no marriage penalty, it would be $1,682, right? So it'd be double the amount. That'd be amazing, even though the raise up to the federal poverty line would be significantly better. But either way, let's get into this a little bit further now again. So one other thing that they want to do within the SSI Restoration Act is they want to raise the asset levels in here. Remember, as an individual receiving SSI, you can have $2,000 in the form of assets with the exclusion of your car and your home in some instances, right? Well, that's not very much money. I mean, $2,000 is not going to be a whole lot, right? Especially if we go through another 2020 type of situation where you need some little bit of money to lean back on. $2,000 is not a whole lot that they would allow you to have. And if you have anything more than that, again, they may garnish or take away a little bit of your benefit because you're over the limit. Well, again, they want to raise that limit up to $10,000 as an individual or $20,000 as a married couple. Now, that's some money that somebody could lean back on, right? If something happened or we enter into another 2020 or early 2021 type of situation where things are weird and whatever's going on, at least that would give you some money to lean back on. And again, especially now with prices continuing to rise and inflation continuing to run hot for the next 6 or 8 or 10 months or next year, it'd be nice to have that little bit of extra cash reserves on hand in the event you need that money to, once again, live on, right? So with all of that being said, again, that was a little bit more of an extensive background of the SSI Restoration Act than I had planned on originally going into. But again, it's always nice to talk about these things because we need to know what is on the table for SSI beneficiaries. However, I've seen some new information. According to experts, now again, experts being the people who watch this stuff closely, people who apparently know what's going on behind the scenes more than what we do, more than what's leaked or revealed to us. But experts that are watching this closely are predicting that this is something that Congress will potentially be taking up relatively soon within the matter of the next few months here. Now, that's what experts are saying, is this is likely something that Congress will be taking up relatively soon here. So this is actually really encouraging because they've been working on this for how many months now? I mean, seriously, it's probably been 6 months, 7 months, maybe 8 months now since we originally heard about this, where they were going to start talking about this again and start negotiating their way through the SSI Restoration Act. So the simple fact that they're talking that this probably will be coming up here in a matter of the next couple months here is actually really encouraging. Now, I get it. Nobody wants to wait a couple more months. I totally understand. We don't want to. But it sounds like, according to what I'm finding, it sounds like as soon as they bring this up and they get this reformed, once they get this amendment passed or this reform / this bill passed to reform SSI, it sounds like it would be something that would go into effect immediately or like shortly thereafter. So it's not something that would be timed out like in 2025, like a lot of these provisions that we're seeing out there right now, but rather it's something that would actually be implemented pretty much immediately. So maybe they pass it on, I'm just giving an example, by the way. Let's just say, for example, they pass it on, March 1st. It's maybe something that could be implemented right away the next month. So by the sounds of what everybody's saying is this is something that would be brought in, passed, and then be implemented pretty much simultaneously from its passing. So maybe it would take a little bit of time to get everything set up and going, possibly the next following month. But again, this is actually really cool because as we know, with the stimulus packages that we've recently seen pass through and all these provisions that we've seen hit the table and everything recently, a lot of these provisions are actually going to be going into effect in 2024, 2027, 2028. I mean, literally like years and years away. Well, what's that going to do? I mean, seriously, everybody needs relief now, not in 5 years from now. I mean, probably we'll need relief again in 5 years from now, but let's be real. We need the relief now, not 5 years from now, not 3 years from now, not even 10 months from now. It's right now, right? So anyway, I found this to be a little bit interesting. I found it to be very encouraging when I came across this information. And according to these experts, they're saying this is something that Congress will likely be working on here in a matter of just the next few months. Again, one quick side note and one disclaimer is we already know Congress has a track record and the reputation of being delayed on almost everything that they do. So could it be a few more months longer than what we anticipate? Well, it could be, but this is just what they're saying as of right now. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that Congress is doing what they can. They're working as quickly as possible, and they bring this up as people have projected. So it's actually looking kind of good, So everything's maybe finally coming together. We would hope so, anyway. So I hope this gives you a quick update on everything going on right now. As I told you, I will continue watching this very closely. I didn't realize it would be taking this long. I thought we would have had this done. I thought it was going to be a done deal by now, but I should have known better, considering we've been watching Congress for this long now. We should have known better that, of course, there would be a delay, right? But either way, it sounds like they're going to get on this thing relatively soon, which is actually really encouraging. And I honestly cannot wait for this program to be reformed so that many of you in this community who are receiving SSI can ultimately get a nice boost to your benefits. Nice, right? So anyway, hope this helps you out. Again, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, especially if they're receiving SSI. And make sure to go back and check out some of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel, as I'm doing everything I possibly can to do this research and to bring you this information in these short videos to help out in any way that I can. So enjoy your day. Thanks again for your support. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out some of their videos, and I'll catch you again later in the next one. I'll see you for now, and I'll catch you soon.